Mail Service Pharmacy, CSCD 4, is all about transparency between your organization and the organizations you contract with, not the individual consumers. This is really about your relationship and your transparency with payers. The standard outlines in some detail what kinds of things you need to disclose. They include potential conflicts of interest, not only those that arise out of the way that you are paid for providing services, but also any conflicts that might arise out of your investments or other business relationships. In addition to that, this standard requires that you disclose to appropriate payers all of your payment terms, including rebates and other salient elements of your payment structure, and a few other items that are outlined in the standard and in our blog post on this standard. The key thing for you to remember is it's 2 documents that you need to submit for the desktop review on a CreditNet. First, as always, a policy and procedure that describes all that policy and procedures are required to describe. Who's in charge of implementing the policy and procedure, where they get their information around this, how they're going to implement it, in this case, how are they going to make disclosures to the providers? Are they going to send letters? Are they going to put it in the contract? And under what circumstances? When are they supposed to do this? Remember, the test is, would a new person taking this job be able to look at this policy and procedure and know what kind of disclosures he or she is supposed to make to payers that need to receive the disclosures. The other document that you submit to URAC in the CreditNet submission, in addition to the policy and procedure, is a template contract with your payers. I know your contracts are likely to vary from one payer to the next, so pick a generally representative template that makes sure it complies with all of these elements, makes these disclosures, or at least some of the elements. Not all of the disclosures necessarily need to be made through the contract, but certainly the payment disclosures required by this standard should come at some level through the contract. Conflict of interest disclosures certainly could be made in some other methodology if your policy and procedure calls for that and if you implement that according to the P&P. So that's it. P&P, template contract, and just remember that this is between you and your payers. Other standards will deal with the disclosures you need to make to consumers.